All right, Anita Wilson. More than anything, I'm kind of just gonna go through my take on the bridge slash the first beginning part of the vamp. So I'm gonna kind of play through some of the chords. Just talk about it as I go through it. So we start the bridge here on a on a 2 chord, but it's a sus dominant 2 chord. So I honestly hear this chord a lot, and it surprises me every time because it takes me forever to figure out what it is. But I've played this song and played this chord, in a couple of songs. So all right, so that just went to 5, and then it went to a 5/4. So and then the next part goes, "You are my shell." That's just a 5/7. To from the storm, 2/1, to win all my friends. It just walks down. We're gone. And this part I'm gonna slow it down, so I kind of just walk up. So right here I'm walking up in a major third. Right here I'm walking up in a minor second. Right here I have a minor third, and then I have a major third. So I'm kind of gracing. So you are right there all alone. And what I did right there was, you are right 4/6, 5/1, and then that's 1/5, and then that's just a sus2 chord because of the voicing. So 1 sus2, still over that 3, so 1/3, and then 4, and then I never known how love like this before. Okay, so that part. Okay, I'm playing a diminished here on the 7, and then we go to this. That's that same chord again. It's that sus dominant. I hear this chord a lot, and it has a really nice sound to it, cause like it's not too strong. Like it's just got the perfect flavor on it. It's just right when you hear it right here, and also when you hear it right here. It just sounds so good. So we're on the 7, so it goes 7, then it goes 3, and then once it goes to the 3, all right, let's go back over it. 7, 3, then it goes to the flat 6, but it's not just a regular flat 6, because in the bass I have the flat 6, but then in my right hand I'm playing a major 3. So have the 7, 3. So I never known a love like this before. And we're on the 6. 5. And we walk down to a flat 5 over a major 2, but I'm playing it as a sus voicing, but you can just play it as a straight up C sharp major, but I like to play it as a sus2 voicing. But one tip that I'll give out, go back to the 7. If you're playing a diminished chord in your right hand, or you're playing any diminished type of chord, you want to play typically I'd usually play like the 1 and the 5 in my left hand, but since it's a diminished chord, play the 1 and the tritone in your left hand. And then that will be it for that. So that walk down, 6, and then the flat 5 over the major 2. Typically, like, one thing I've learned is that, especially at least in gospel, if you hear somebody, walk down, 6, 5, flat 5, and it sounds major and it sounds happy, it's 9 times out of 10 going to be that chord where they're playing I've seen it in a lot of songs where you're playing a major 2. Put the 3 in there if you want to, but a major 2 over that flat 5. All right. So once the bridge right there ends, then the song it goes back to. But that's not what it does on that time after it comes back right before it goes to the vamp. What it does is, and then it goes. If I speed it up, it sounds something like this. And basically what that does is it's just walking down the scale. So 1, 5 over 7. So 1, 5 over 7, 6, 5. There it goes again. The flat 5 over the major 2. C sharp major chord over the flat 5. And then once it goes here, then it goes to a minor 3, and then it goes down to just a full-on blown major 2 chord. And then once it goes there, and then it goes. Now this chord right here is my own personal interpretation, but it does go to the 5. I play that chord right there, and all that chord is in my left hand. I'm playing the 1, the 5, the flat 7, and then in my right hand, all I'm doing is, because I know chords like this used to necessarily intimidate me. I would see something like a 13 sus and be like, oh, I'll never be able to play something like that. But that chord is actually really, really easy, and you can use something called upper structured triads to make it really simple. All you got to do to play a 13 sus chord is the 1, and this is the way I play it. There could be an easier way, but this is one way to help me get to it quick. 1, the 5, the flat 7, in my, sorry, not the flat 7, the dominant 7. You go down a whole step from the root note. This would be the flat 7, which would technically be the major 7, but yes, that 1, 5, dominant 7, and then in your right hand, all you're doing is you're going up from, let's say, the root. The root note is F. If you're trying to build an F sharp 13 sus, you go just a whole step from the root and just build a minor chord there with having this in your left hand, the 1, the 5, and the dominant 7. Just build a minor chord on a whole step above from the root over the 2. So if you're playing your major scale, 1, 1, 2, and then you build a minor chord there. I just had it inverted, and that's one way. All it is, I'm playing on my right hand is just a minor chord on the 2 over that. So it goes. And that's what I play right there. It does go to the 1. So love you more than and then I go into the 4. So I just wanna say I love you, Jesus. I worship. And then it goes to the 1. Now these are my specific voicings that I like. And then it goes back to that. And then that. Now I'm going to cover the rest of the vamp later, but that's just my interpretation on the very beginning. I just want to go ahead and clear that as well as the bridge. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video.